AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
126, 113 loss by the New York Knicks to the LA Clippers. Kawhi Leonard 27 points, 29 from James Harden. He went off in the third quarter, and Kawhi just finished it off in the fourth. 19 from Norman Powell. He started picking it up in the second half as well. 18 for Zubac. We were talking about him, off camera. Flea, he's just grown
He's
man.
A great. He's a really good player.
Really good. Another guy who can play in any era. Flea. How about that?
I'm not doing that with you tonight.
You don't have to.
I'm not doing that with you tonight.
You don't have to, but that's another guy, an example of someone whose game translates, and he's the guy that can help the old school dudes go, okay, there's a lot of Victor Zubacs in this era because soft touch, high IQ Victor Zubac. He's just limited on speed, but you talk about making the most of it, and he's competitive. 28 for OG. He tried to bring us back, but Josh Hart's bum ass couldn't hold on to the pass. He gave up a dunk to Zubac. OG almost got his elbow thrown into the rim by Zubac. I don't know what you were thinking, OG. That was not the time to be tough. Save that tough shit for another moment. Or like try to get some of that tough shit to Cat one day. But you don't try with 20 seconds left to block a Zubac dunk. That man looks like a building, a literal building. What were you thinking, OG?
He started to go to work on OG. They threw Bridges on him. He started kicking Bridges' ass. Sugar Man, what up?
The only guy I seen that could really guard Kawhi, you know who it is, right? In the last 5 years?
Who, LeBron?
LeBron James. He's had a hell of a day. Game winner. Saved us from getting the Indiana Pacers from getting a game or game and a half. Yeah, we up 3 games. It would have been 2 games back. Saved us. Jesus Christ. Thank the Lord for LeBron James.
Yo, when teams start getting physical, man, we are so soft. We don't match physicality. We stop rebounding. We stop defending. It's so frustrating with this ball club, man. It is a true frustration to put any faith in this team currently, right? Like I always talk about next year and going forward. But right now, watching them on a day-to-day basis, it's so tough, man. It is so tough. You know how you could look at a team and know that they're gonna bring defensive intensity every night, but if shots are not falling, it'll struggle, right? You'll struggle against better teams. Teams that are not as good, maybe you will be in a dogfight and things like that, right? But you always know you're going to get maximum effort on a defensive end from really, really good teams. This team right here, we get so down on ourselves when shots stop falling. And when the shots stop falling, we don't play with any focus, any energy. And that's when it starts to leak over into like pride. Like Harden is a great player, right? But like I said, when you can see that a guy is getting in a rhythm, you got to be able to know that consciously as a hooper. As a hooper, you should know, he's about to get it broke. We got to know when. Send the double. Figure out a way to get the ball out of his hands. Deny him. Or Tibbs, be a good coach and call a fucking timeout after he hits 2 in a row. Do that. Sandman to the Frank stand, man. I've been letting you rock. Chill. This ain't about Tibbs. We could get rid of Tibbs. I already discussed that. Don't play with me tonight. Tonight's not the night, man. I let you rock all the time. Love you like cooked food, but don't play with me tonight.
Why? That's your fault. The same way AllBall was sticking with fucking, this team was better than last year's team because we got a cat.
I'm honest on Tibbs at all times.
No, you wasn't.
Yes, I was. I've always been honest. You have
patient and honest are 2 different things, and we have a plan. The plan is coming up, and when I reveal the plan,
Respect, Sandman.
He said it is the night, Mr. Mr. Flea. I'm sick of your shit, Flea. Yo, these guys gotta play tough, this, that, and the third.
Tell me, they do.
What Kawhi Leonard was doing to OG, he took him to the woodshed, right? Man,
Kawhi Leonard is a top 75 player all time, man. What he started to do against OG, you can't do nothing. You saw that shot he hit over him? Great defense.
That's a skill set, right? His mid-range.
For sure.
He decides, I'm gonna get the ball right here. It ain't my spot. I'm gonna kick it back out. Give me the ball back. I'm right here. All right, that's my spot. Boom. Get to my rhythm, right? Being tough is a skill. That's a skill. I'm sick of y'all acting like it's not. To press that button.
I never said it wasn't.
There's no button that Tibbs could push, and then we tough. It's not happening. We had that last year. Everybody was hurt last year, and this wasn't happening. We were going crazy last year at this time. Like, yo, once we get healthy, Boston, we were talking big talk last year.
There was a level of confidence that we had as a team. Again, there's no togetherness right now. I definitely could see a fractured team. Captain is down, and I don't think that that's highlighted enough here in Knicks Rehab. I don't think we run from talking about that and being honest about how we look currently without having Jalen Brunson. It's not making an excuse. It's saying, yo, the guy that leads us, our captain, arguably our best player, is not here. He's been down the last 10, 11 games, whatever it is, right? So that matters a lot. And again, I think us, the people in the comments, like, I don't think we're honest enough about how big of a loss that's been for the way this team operates.
Toughness and leadership is another intangible that translates in any era of history of the world, let alone basketball. And Jalen Brunson embodies that. Campaign tried to tough it out. He got hurt in the first quarter, and he didn't come back in the second half. He tried to play through the injury.
He had it rolling.
Well, they did well because we were up 10 in the first, right, to end the first. And yeah, great point, Harlem Bully. McBride is down as well. You know, he's fearless. He's a lunatic. He'll shoot at any given time. He's always ready to play. It feels like I never seen him tired. And it was Tyler Kolek's time to shine. You know, with Thibodeau, it's always like that. I complained about this in the playoffs when y'all, even AllBall, who's out here talking about we bamboozled him. No, you bamboozled yourself with Tom Thibodeau in the playoffs last year when I said you were forced to play Precious, just like he was forced to go with Kolek tonight. And we finally got to see it, Flea. Please. What's your reaction to Kolek's performance tonight? How many total minutes did he play? He ended up with 18. They benched him for their long right, played all 12 minutes. Yo, we going back to the 2016 Knicks playing who is that game?
Yeah.
He comes in there, I'm like, yo, that's John Morant.
When DeLon Wright came in the game and immediately got a technical foul for flopping, whether we agree with the foul or not, what the fuck was that?
Hold on. That's the referees letting us know it's over.
Nah. Dog came in the game and got a technical foul off flopping. We haven't seen this nigga yet all year long. Nah. Hell no.
If this is what y'all bring into the playoffs, you get no calls. So Josh Hart is not slick. Y'all are not low before Flea answers a question about Kolek. We are not low. All of a sudden, you don't want to complain to the refs. DeLon Wright did come in there to replace Tyler Kolek, who we've all been advocating for. And now it's time to all right, we setting the stats on the table, the tape on the table. Let's keep it 1,000. Bronny's been on the damn news for 8 months. Everybody has no problem critiquing him. We have no issues critiquing our guys. So how about that? Y'all been lying, talking about it's all just Bronny. No, this is our guy, second rounder, G League dude too. We were dying to see him, Flea. What the hell did we see tonight that he got benched in the fourth quarter, turning red, looking like a tomato out there?
This is the first time he saw a guard of that kind of stature, right? He had some great games the last 2 games. Didn't turn the ball over. 17 assists, right? Almost 18 assists or something like that in 2 games, the last 2 games. Really didn't score it like that, scored it a little bit, hasn't been aggressive, right? So I'm being fair. I gotta evaluate the dude in stretches, and I can't evaluate him just in this vacuum. Did he have a bad game? For sure. I don't think he was aggressive enough. You could see that he wasn't in a rhythm offensively. He still passes the ball naturally on a high level. You can't teach the way he passes the rock, right? The way he sees things happening, he's excellent with that. But in terms of, getting himself going in the offense, I don't think he has that yet. He's still extremely lost on defense. I was locked in on him, on his rotations and where he's at in terms of when the ball is in the corner or the ball is by the hat. Where you at, right? Like they always teach that. Anybody remember the shell defense drill where you just swing the ball around the key and guys got to move in the spots that they need to be at wherever the ball is at, right? And so for me, I'm watching him and I'm like, damn, he's never where he's supposed to be when the ball is in the corner or the ball is at the top of the key, when your man doesn't have the ball. And that's really what I'm talking about. Not his on-ball defense. He's a small guard. He's going to struggle. He got to get stronger. What did you say? We was talking. He was like, yo, bro, he got to do some push-ups. I'm like, yeah, he got to get stronger. But just in terms of just knowing awareness on the defense, on the defensive end, he ain't there yet. But he a good player. So I just think Tibbs got frustrated with the fact that he was struggling and he really wanted to win this game tonight. Like, I don't think people understand, and we've been talking about it for a while. We want to start beating teams that other people are looking at like, oh, that's a respectable team. Right or wrong? People in the chat last night, OG, big shout out to OG last night, said we beat Dallas with nobody, right? So we coming in tonight in the Garden, going up against, again, 2 top 75 guys. We had to show up tonight, and we didn't. Especially in that second half. We looked terrible in the second half.
We love the kid coming out of, Marquette. He went to George Mason before that, if I'm not mistaken. 4-year college kid. Mm-hmm. Obviously, to deal with the G League being brought down, the fans, he calling you, New York is very loud. We're going to say that you deserve a spot even when you don't. We don't care because we're lunatics. We were clamoring to see this kid, man. We wanted to see him in an NBA game, and the passing isn't the problem. The passing looks NBA elite level, probably potentially running offense. We don't know yet because he has to be, get more consistent minutes. But the first thing that stood out was that he wasn't going for his shots and all that.
Nah, this is funny.
That's crazy.
That's funny. I love funny. That's funny.
No, behind the ear.
The behind the ear is crazy. Behind the ear is crazy.
He could have went extra flagrant and it would have been funny. But
no. That's funny. Behind the ear, that's insane. The J3 behind the ear is nasty.
You got a heart with a J in it?
All right. Now you wilding.
I gotta paint the picture. You put J3 to try to soften the blow. Big pause.
Nah, that's mad fun.
You got door knockers with JH3 on them?
Nasty. Y'all wilding me out there.
He ain't got no jump shot right now. And Clyde said it right when I was thinking it, and I couldn't put the words together. He said, yo, all of his shots are short, man. Look at his first free throw. Short. Yeah. 3-pointers, short. He ain't got no legs, and I can't blame that on just not being in shape. So how do you get ready at that point, Flea? If you're not getting time, how do you prepare for that if you know this is Tibbs? Deuce McBride's in your ear. Yo, just trust me. Stick with it.
I can't talk from experience, obviously, but for me, I'm looking at it from a perspective of him just staying ready in the G League, right? You got to get reps down there. Some guys volunteer to go down there, right? Sometimes you may not be asked to go down, but sometimes you got to volunteer. Yo, I need to go down there. I need to get some reps. I need to keep my legs up under me. I need to do what I got to do just in case my number is called, especially now. Right now, your mind is, for me, it would really be a mental thing, right? I think if you get to a place of where your mentality is ready to go every night, that physical shit is gonna come. You a pro for a reason, right? Like, you made it this far for a reason. You could withstand what it takes to be out on the basketball court. I just think it's reps for him. He gotta play. Ain't no other way to cut it. You gotta play. With a good coach, with a good team, and you see that you got young guys on your bench, whether that's rookies or second-year players, you got to play those guys early. Play those guys within the first 10, 15, 20 games. That first quarter of the season, you got to play them. See what you got. See what you're going to have down the stretch. And then when the guys towards the end of the season, now you ramp up the minutes for Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Cat. You ramp it back up, and now we go into the playoffs ready to rock and roll. And we've already solidified some confidence in the guys off our bench and our young guys. He doesn't do that. So now you throwing him in there, and you got Brooklyn Knicks fan calling him trash.
Right.
Or because you know what I'm saying? Or because you don't do the responsible thing with that player. If you're a coach, that's the responsible thing to do with him in terms of developing your guy.
I mean, that's the bottom line is we've been saying it all year. If you're not, we got the best starting lineup in the history of mankind. But then, what game was it against Memphis? We scored 142 points, and the bench only scored like 4. We won in overtime, and I forgot what game that was in December. But I'm like, all right, but so why don't you explore the fucking rookies? And then by the time we get back to March or April, we don't know who's going to get hurt. We don't know what anybody could do. We don't know what we don't want them to do. So we don't want Kolek at this point where we're noticing, if we're being fair, we're analyzing in real time. We don't want you to be tentative, Kolek. Get in there, do some damn jump rope shits that Ray Allen be doing. Get your jump on because they're going to start. They flee in the playoffs. This is the second best defense in the league. Everybody's defense that's going to play well in the playoffs, they're going to turn it up in the playoffs. They're going to start to act like they're going to put on a fake impression of a second, best defense in the league. And Kolek, they're going to say, you know what? We ain't giving you no driving lanes for you to pass. You want to pass, we're not getting you involved. No, you score. That's what they're going to do. You go, oh, he's in the game? Yeah, all right, one-on-one. Everybody stay on their man. Do not switch. Stay on your man. Go shoot, Kolek. And he doesn't have it right now. So can we blame Tibbs? Yeah, overall. But tonight, I understand why he benched him, even though it's like, I'm trying to be nice to him, basically, because I don't want to keep talking about him. It boiled down to him, not being in shape, in game shape, and getting to this point where he would have been in shape. Would have been an all-star break going on. He would have had games off if Campaign was the backup point guard plan, which is insane still. Fabian, that is easier said than done for a rookie who have not played much during the season because of Tibbs' stubbornness. I can't argue that, D. Grant. I just can't argue that because we've been saying that all year long. That we've been as patient as Flea has been with Tibbs. He said, like, nah, y'all are right. If I'm Tibbs, you have to figure out a way to get 8-10 minutes and see what Steve Kerr is doing. Because Steve Kerr gets a lot of criticism from Golden State Warriors fans too. But he got 2 rookies in there, 2 second-rounders, late second-rounders, picked around Kolek. And they're getting major minutes.
He's playing 12 guys some nights, Fabian. Whether they play 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever. They come in, spell Steph, Draymond, commit whoever, spell them, and give quality minutes and get them out the game. Or some guys get into a rhythm and actually gain confidence off the minutes that he plays. He gives them. But that's about a coach infusing confidence in your guys, right? Like, you had to start Kolek the second half. You had to, because Campaign got hurt. You had to start him. So that wasn't a thing of, okay, I'm going to infuse some confidence in this guy and get him out there in the second half and say, yo, lead the ship and let's get to it. That he had to do that. And that's
he also couldn't put DeLon right at that moment in the second half because you're going to go, nah, Tibbs, you're wilding.
Of course. You have to go. You have to go, Kolek. I'm not saying he did what he had to do. Well, what was at his disposal, right? He didn't have nothing else at his disposal. But then to get frustrated with the kid, right, and bench him the entire fourth quarter, like that's a message. That's definitely a message. I don't know.
A message to all right, but so a message to who though? That now I just heard the Funk Flex voice. Who you mad at, me or yourself? Because you're the one that didn't play him all year, Tibbs. That's not a message, but you didn't look in the mirror, Flea. How he can't be sending a message to Kolek. I mean, he has to accept it, but it is a message to your point to be ready, stay ready, and got to get ready.
I mean, that changes. That separates the guys who keep jobs and the guys who don't keep jobs, right? Like when you get a guy that stays ready, you could have him on your team no matter what. Pay him something and you throw him out there in a row to get him out there. He's gonna give you quality minutes, no matter the situation. How the fuck does Corey Joseph still have a job? Respectfully to Corey Joseph, but he still got a job. And if you throw him out there, he's gonna be ready to play. We talked about DJ Augustine for years. How the hell did DJ Augustine keep a job for so many years? Stay ready.
Shout out DJ Augustine. That's my man. That's my homeboys from New Orleans, right? I know he's from Louisiana.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like you got them guys stay, and I'm just talking about the guys that weren't full-time starters forever, but they started on teams, came off the bench, whatever role you needed them to play, you call their number, they ready to go. At some point, Kolek got to be that, right? And it's got to go from two ways, though. Got to go from two ways. He's got to be brought up the right way. He's already playing behind a really good guard in Brunson, all NBA guard. So that's it right there. You're seeing that in practice every day. But the coach got to let him know, I fuck with you, but this is what I need you to do.
Eyes on the prize, baby, Bubba. Prize picks. Run your game.
Baby Bubba.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.